Hello, I am Mark Bird. No one moved. No one spoke, because the creature in the arena had never lost. Its roar shook the entire Colosseum. Tens of thousands of alien spectators leaned forward, their glowing eyes filled with excitement. This was their favorite kind of entertainment, watching weaker species prove just how weak they really were. At the center of the arena stood the beast, 12 feet tall, black armored skin, full glowing eyes, and blood still dripping from its claws. Another challenger, the alien professor announced, his voice echoing through the massive dome. Silence. Of course there was silence. There always was, because everyone knew the rule. Once you stepped into the arena, you didn't come out. Pathetic, the professor sneered. Across 47 species, not one worthy opponent. Laughter spread across the stands. And then, humans. The word itself triggered more laughter. Oh yes, the professor continued mockingly, the fragile newcomers. Weak bones, slow reflexes, emotional minds. A few alien students turned toward the small human section. There were only 5 of them. Exchange students. Observers, not fighters. One of them clenched his fists. Ignore it, he whispered. We're not here for this. But beside him, a girl stood up. Small, quiet, unassuming. No armor, no weapons. Just calm eyes. I'll fight. The entire arena went silent, then exploded into laughter. Did it just speak? One alien mocked. That's not a fighter, that's prey, another shouted. The professor smiled, amused. And what is your name, little human? The girl stepped forward. Lena. No fear, no hesitation. The professor leaned closer. You understand what stands before you. Lena looked at the beast. It growled. The ground trembled. I do, she said softly. A pause. Then, I also understand something you don't. The professor raised an eyebrow. Oh! Lena's lips curved slightly. You've never fought a human who refused to lose. Something in her voice shifted the air. For just a second, the laughter faded. The professor waved his hand. Very well. Enter the arena. The gates opened. Heavy, loud, final. Her human classmates panicked. Lena, stop. You'll die. This isn't bravery. It's suicide. She didn't turn back. She stepped inside. The gate slammed shut behind her. Metal echoed. The beast turned, locked onto her, and smiled, because it thought this would be easy. Cliffhanger. The creature lunged, and Lena didn't move. The beast moved faster than anyone expected. A blur of muscle and claws. Gasps echoed through the arena. She's dead, someone whispered. But at the last second, Lena stepped aside. Clean, precise. The beast crashed into the ground, sending shockwaves across the arena floor. A ripple of confusion spread through the crowd. Luck, the professor muttered. But Lena's face was calm, too calm. The beast snarled, rising again. Its glowing eyes narrowed. This time, it circled her. Slow, careful, interesting. The professor leaned forward. She didn't panic. Lena exhaled slowly, her heartbeat steady, her breathing controlled. Flashback. A dim training room on Earth. Again, her instructor said. A towering combat drone attacked. She dodged, fell, got up, again. Over and over, failure after failure, until she stopped reacting and started predicting. Back in the arena, the beast attacked again. Faster, smarter, deadlier. Lena moved, not away, but through it. She ducked under its claw, spun, and struck, not hard, but precise, right behind its knee. The beast stumbled. The crowd gasped. She hit it. No, she studded it. The professor's smile faded slightly. Impossible. The beast roared louder this time, angrier. Now it wasn't playing. Now it wanted to kill. Lena's classmates watched in shock. She's not stronger. She's not faster. Then how is she still alive? Because she's not fighting the beast. She's fighting its patterns. The beast charged again. Relentless, brutal, Every strike meant to crush her instantly. And yet, she kept dodging. Barely. By inches. By instinct. By something deeper. The crowd's laughter slowly turned into silence. Then, respect. But the beast adapted. Its movements changed. Unpredictable. Wild. And suddenly, it grabbed her. Gasps filled the arena. Its claws tightened around her body. Bones creaked. Blood appeared. Now it ends, the professor said coldly. Lena struggled. Her vision blurred. The beast lifted her into the air, ready to tear her apart. The crowd leaned in. This was a moment. The end. But Lena smiled. A small, dangerous smile. Got you. Cliffhanger. And then she stopped resisting. The beast tightened its grip. Crushing. Relentless. Lena's body went limp. The crowd erupted. It's over. Finally. Even her classmates looked away. They couldn't watch. The professor nodded. Predictable. Strength always wins. But then, something felt wrong. The beast paused. Its eyes flickered. Because Lena wasn't struggling. She wasn't panicking. She wasn't even trying to escape. She was waiting. A low whisper escaped her lips. Now! In one precise motion, she drove her fingers into a small gap beneath the creature's armor jaw. A weak point. One no one had ever noticed. The beast screamed. A sound of pure pain. It dropped her instantly. The crowd went silent. What did she just do? Lena hit the ground hard, barely breathing, but alive. The beast staggered backward, clawing at its own face. Blind in one eye, raging, unstable. The professor stood up. No, that's impossible. Lena pushed herself up, slowly, painfully, blood dripping from her lips. You made one mistake, she said, voice shaking but strong. You thought winning means overpowering. The beast charged again, but now it was reckless, angry, uncontrolled, exactly what she wanted. Lena moved forward, not away, forward. The entire arena held its breath, because now she wasn't surviving. She was hunting. Cliffhanger. And this time, the beast was the one afraid. The beast lunged, wild, desperate, and Lena met it head-on. She slid under its attack, using its own momentum against it. The ground cracked as it crashed. Again and again, each move calculated, each step intentional. She wasn't stronger, she wasn't bigger, but she was smarter, faster where it mattered, deadlier where it counted. The crowd watched in stunned silence. She's controlling the fight. No, she's ending it. The beast roared one final time and charged. Lena didn't dodge. She stood her ground. At the last second, she stepped forward, inside its range, inside its guard, and struck one precise blow to the exposed nerve cluster beneath its skull. The beast froze for 1 second. 2. Then it collapsed. The ground shook. Dust filled the arena. Silence. Absolute silence. Then the professor slowly stood, eyes wide, hands shaking. Human. Lena turned, tired, broken, but standing. We don't win because we're the strongest, she said quietly. We win because we don't quit. The arena erupted, not in laughter, not in mockery, but in something new. Respect, fear, recognition, cliffhanger, and for the first time, aliens realized they had made a mistake. The story spread across galaxies. A single human girl defeated the undefeated beast, not with strength, not with power, but with will, with discipline, with something aliens had never understood. Refusal to lose. Lena stood at the exit of the arena. Her classmates ran to her. You're insane. You almost died. How did you even? She smiled faintly. I didn't almost lose. She looked back at the arena. I learned how to win. The professor approached slowly. For the first time, he bowed, a gesture no human had ever received. We were wrong. Lena nodded. Yes. No arrogance, no pride, just truth, because humanity didn't need to prove anything anymore. They already had. And across the stars, a new question began to spread. If one human could do that, what could all of them do? Final line. Humans don't need to be the strongest, just the ones who refuse to fall.